Cool.
Continuing to be in the meeting, you are consenting.
Alrighty.
All
Here we
right.
are. Has anyone
Welcome.
find anything new that they want to share or have any questions so far?
So I just have a quick
This
question.
is Susan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, you can go ahead. It's okay.
Okay, I'd like to throw out a question to the group. Why would I want an Apple Watch?
Ooh,
That's my
Susan.
question too.
I love it. Okay. So I have an Apple Watch, so I guess I can try to answer this to the best of my ability. Hold on a second.
Everyone
So,
I know that has one loves it.
I love mine. So there's a few reasons why I love mine. And I mean, depends on your use case and what you would use it for. But for me, I really like the fitness piece of it. So it tracks your heart rate, it tracks your movement, your step count. It's kind of like a really expensive, fancy what do you call those? Pedometer.
Pedometer.
But so it also has kind of a fun challenge to it. So there are things called rings, and there are 3 rings. There's like an activity ring, a standing ring, and a movement ring. And every day those rings are open so they're not, I don't know what they exactly look like, but they're not filled in or they're not closed yet. And your goal every day, if you like, and if your goal is for fitness, is to close every ring. So like, let's say for movement, okay, you need to move and burn at least, if you set a goal, like for example, 300 calories. Okay, so whenever you burn those 300 calories, it closes your ring, and that's considered like an achievement. So it kind of makes it fun to keep on top of your exercising. So I like that piece, and you can kind of run challenges with your friends, blah, 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 all that kind of fun stuff. The other part that I like about it is the fact that it kind of serves as a portable phone, which sounds kind of silly because your cell phone is very portable as it is. But if you get a cellular model, you can leave the house without your phone and have your watch and still get text messages and calls, which is kind of nice. So let's say your phone is dead, and you're out and about and you need to make a call, and you're like, oh, well, my phone's dead and I can't do that. Well, you have a watch. And I have my cousin did this. She locked herself out of her dorm room and her phone was inside, but she was able to call her RA, her resident assistant, and have her come let her in without her phone. So that was pretty helpful. It can be a great emergency tool because you have access to it at all times. You're always wearing it. You can, there's a shortcut that you can use to call 911 if you need to. Some people like it because it has fall detection. So if it feels like a hard impact, it feels like you've fallen and you haven't moved, it can call emergency services for you, or call your emergency contacts. So people like that. I like it also because you can make it so that, let's say you get a text message or a phone call, you can make it so that it vibrates on your wrist, but there's no active noisy notification. So you could be like in a meeting and not have your phone in front of you, but you wouldn't be like, oh, I just got a text message or I got a call, I need to check on that, or you can quickly peek at it, whatever the case is. And it's not disruptive to everyone else. You can like set timers on it, all that fun stuff. Siri works on it fine. Actually, they've just improved it so Siri can do a little bit of research on it. Kind of like your phone. There's a lot of crazy things, and
Nice.
you can play music, podcasts on it, all that kind of. It's all accessible 100%. It all has voiceover, so that's great. So that's just a very rough overview. It can do a lot more than that, I'm sure. I've just not explored maybe those pieces. But
Molly just joined us.
Hi,
Maybe we should
Molly.
ask Molly.
Molly,
Hey there, Molly.
she's still coming in.
Is she still coming in? Okay.
But yeah, does that kind of help a little bit, Susan? That's a lot of crazy info. But
Yeah, it does.
also the cool thing about it is the watch face itself. So when you first when it comes on and when you kind of turn it on to look at something, you can customize the information that's shown to you on the watch face. They're called complications. So you can put different complications on your watch face. So every time I turn my watch on, I see the time. I put the weather on there so I can see what it's like outside. I have a timer complication there. So like if I'm running a timer, I can see how much time I have left. I can see if I have any unread messages, that kind of stuff. So you can customize what kind of information you're getting really quickly. Hi, Molly.
She's muted.
She's muted.
Hello. Sorry, I'm a
hey,
few
girl.
minutes late.
It's okay.
No
We're
worries.
talking about Apple Watches. Susan asked why they would be useful. So I was telling her about
Yeah.
mine and how obsessed I am with it.
Do you
You
have
know,
one? Molly?
I have wondered a lot about that as well. I don't have one myself. They seem really cool. I've never been really clear on what you can do with like just an Apple Watch versus what things you really need to have the phone within range to do. Does
Yeah,
that make
so-
sense?
Yeah, so basically there are two different types that you can get. You can get either a model with cellular GPS or without. And now when I say GPS, I don't mean like the map. I just mean it gives you cellular connection. So you can get it with cellular or without. So if you get it with cellular, you can leave your phone wherever you like and use it out and about, as far as I'm aware. And then
John Cavallo.
and if you don't have the cellular,
Join the
then you
meeting.
need to have your phone on the same Wi-Fi network or in Bluetooth range. So that's the difference. Good morning, John.
Oh, great. Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Talking about Apple Watches.
Who's this?
It's Mary Abby.
Hey, Mary, what's going on?
Not much. So Susan,
Good.
does that answer the question a little bit more? Do you have any other questions about that?
I do
About
have a
what?
question. Now, would it automatically download your apps if you say download a new app to your phone? Is it automatically going to download it to the watch?
Yes, you can make it, you can set it to do that. So now keep in mind that apps for your phone are different than apps on your watch. So in order for an app to work on your watch, the developer of the phone app has to make a separate watch app because the watch is so small that they have to compress a lot of stuff and make it look a little bit
Right.
different. So if there is an available app, it will try to we can make it so that it tries to download the watch app for you.
Okay, so does it
So-
come though with it without automatically downloading apps that are on your iPhone?
You can turn it off and you
You
can
have to, like-
select.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can choose the specific apps you want on your watch and you can remove what you can remove the ones you don't want.
And you can
So-
get like different.
Oops.
Oh, sorry, Molly.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, I have a couple friends who love the watch, and you can get like all different voices, even like Disney voices and like fun and silly ones. So like
Get
the
Mickey
couple
Mouse and Minnie
friends that,
Mouse
like
to tell you what
Mickey will
time it
tell
is.
them the time.
Yep. And also the really cool thing that I love, Susan, I forgot to mention this, but this is my favorite feature. If you have voiceover on, actually no, I think they've added it to voiceover off as well. But if you take one finger and like double tap or triple tap, it will vibrate the time to you, so you don't have to listen to it, which I love that feature. It's amazing.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Wait, what?
Yeah. So let's say
Sorry.
let's say it's 9 o'clock, right? So let's say I do the gesture, which I think is like there's one gesture that will tell you the minutes, and then there's one that will tell you the full time. So let's say I do the full time. It's like, let's say it's like 9:28, right? So it'll do 9 short vibrations, and then it will do a little bit of a pause, and then 2 longer vibrations for every 10-minute increment, and then 8 short ones for 8. So it would be 9:28.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. I love it though.
How do you know if it's
That's
like
honestly, the Apple, you might have just told me why I should get an Apple
Yes.
Watch because that seems so
That's my
worth it.
favorite feature though. Is like you don't have to
Because like when you're,
your
you know,
phone
when
is
you're in a
so-
meeting, you don't want to like touch, unless you have a Bluetooth headphone and you don't want to like touch your phone and have it being like, oh, 9:42. And then the person
Exactly.
knows that like you're over it and you want to
Yeah,
know what time it
exactly.
is.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I
I
love it.
I did have another question about Mary, you were just mentioning that obviously app developers have to make a special watch version of the app in order for it to be loaded onto the watch. In your experience, like what, I realize it's a hard thing to determine, but like what percentage of apps have like a special watch version? Like for example, does the Ride app have like a watch
No,
version?
because Ride app is super out of date anyhow. So no.
Right. Okay. That's what I figured.
Yeah, but it's a scary percentage of apps have watch apps now. So like there's a special Wikipedia app for the watch. There's like a Twitter app for the watch. There's like obviously most of the fitness apps now have watch apps because that's what it's for. So it's kind of a use case. So obviously you wouldn't use your watch to read giant articles. So you wouldn't put like, I don't know, your favorite reading app on there, but yeah, there's podcast apps on there. There's like there's certain like fitness games that you can play on your watch. My dog just ripped out my headphones, so sorry if I can't hear you talking to me. Thanks, Joy. So yeah, so it's a big percentage, basically. Molly is a short story. Yeah, and it's continuously growing, so.
For those of you that want to know the official name for that time information that Mary Abby shared with you, it's called Taptic Time. And you can use vibrations known as haptics. You can choose from 3 taptic styles. One is digits, one is terse, and the other is Morse code. Don't ask me what the it's TERSE. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
what is that?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I know.
never heard of that before.
Well,
but
I'm Googling it now. Talk amongst yourselves.
You can also have it announce the time every hour or whatever.
I mean, I kind of feel like Services for the Blind should get me an Apple Watch so I can find out, because people need to know.
Yeah, they should.
Oh my.
People need answers.
Yeah, I'm really glad you asked, Susan, because it's a really fun, it's a really fun device that a lot of people aren't aware of, and it's completely accessible. So it can serve a lot of really fun use cases. Oh, I forgot to tell you that Apple's adding a really fun new accessibility feature to it, I think this year, where probably with a newer model that they're going to release. I don't know what. But they're making it so that, let's say you don't have the capability of touching the screen. Let's say you have motor difficulties, right? Like gross motor difficulties. They're gonna make it so that you can actually manipulate the watch in a way that allows you to navigate the screen, but without touching it. Like the way you bend your wrist, the way you make a fist, that kind of thing. It's gonna be able to feel. Yeah, it's crazy. It's gonna be able to feel those things and make movements based on your movements.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
Speaking of new accessibility features, I know I was a few minutes late. Did you guys talk at all about the new accessibility features? I saw they sent out some kind of information about like what's coming next, but I didn't have a chance to read it yet.
Yes. So what I learned is they're gonna make picture detection more accessible for voiceover. So that means like when you look at a photo, it's supposed to give you more information on what's in that photo. It's supposed to be able to detect charts and tables better and graphs and that kind of thing. So I guess we'll see how that goes. And also recognize people and objects a little bit better too. Also, they're making it so that there is iPad is supposed to have Gloria is the one that's good at this one. What do you call it? Eye gaze.
Oh yes, eye gaze. Yes.
So like you're supposed to be able to navigate the screen and do things by looking at the camera, I guess, right? Is that right, Gloria? I think.
Yes, that's right. Yep. So the camera will follow your eyes and act kind of like a mouse pointer. And so when you stay focused, on one particular area on the screen, it actually selects it.
That's incredible.
There are many. This particular feature is really going to allow those individuals that are non-communicative, that use an augmentative device to communicate with. It's going to allow them access now to these devices because they've never had access to them unless they are able to use a switch. So for those individuals and I know many of them, so they're going to be really, really tickled about this particular feature. Just for your information, going back some time ago, Christopher Reeves, shortly after his accident, we worked with him, and the very first thing that we did, because he wasn't able to develop speech, was we used an eye gaze system with him so that he could communicate, his needs. And then that moved forward with, then he was able to use a sip and puff switch. I call it a pneumatic switch. So this is one area, just to give you an example of the population that this could really support. And it's actually, do you guys know that there was an update, right, yesterday?
There was an update yesterday, a small update. Susan, forgot to mention another benefit before I forget, I'm sorry.
Cool.
Another benefit of having the watch is that it allows you to unlock your phone with a mask on. Woohoo! Best feature ever.
Yeah, that I knew, and I was thinking that was a pretty expensive way to make life easier for you.
I know.
I wonder whether it's actually justified,
I definitely agree. I wouldn't get one just for that, but I think the other features, if there's something you'd be interested in, would help justify the cost a little bit better. So, Obviously,
Yeah,
the
well, with
mask.
Prime Day is next month, so I'm thinking that might be a good time to get a good deal on a watch.
Absolutely, and
Oh,
they have
good
ones that
idea.
are cheaper than before. So I mean, the Watch SE
Yeah.
is a pretty good deal, I think. So
Well, is the 4SE the right one for many people though? Like, what are the
oh well,
are there
so
so the question is like, what are the features that we need, and are those features in all the devices, or is there one, that does better for those
So the
features?
more expensive devices, like one of the main features that it has is it's supposed to be able to track your oxygen level, your blood oxygen levels. So it depends on if that's like important to you or not.
Mhm.
But yes, you're right. There are different features that the more expensive versions have versus the less expensive versions. But the watch, I think it's it's between the six, like the SE falls between Series 6 and Series 7. I think I'd have to check the sequence, but um, it has all the standard basics, which is pretty darn good, to be honest. So you'd have to just do a bit of research to see which fits the best. And they're different sizes, so
You know,
you don't know. Yep.
yeah, that I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the difference in the sizes, and it doesn't seem to actually have anything to do with memory.
No, it doesn't. The 42 millimeter versus the 44 millimeter is just literally how large the screen is. I'd say if you have a smaller wrist, you're probably going to be more comfortable with a 42.
Okay.
But if you could get to the store and feel them, it might help you decide a little bit better. And there's
Yeah,
also
well, I can't see it no matter how big the screen is.
exactly, so you might as well go with the smaller one. That's how I felt about mine. I was like, well, I don't need to look at the screen, so like, let me just get the smallest one
Right.
I can. Less bulk, more happy. So it's good.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Okay, well, I may send some follow-up questions through an email to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, feel free to call or email,
Awesome.
whatever. I'm glad you asked, though. It's a good topic that we haven't touched upon yet. So.
I
I'm
did
glad
the exercise thing because I think Kelly Rick was talking about it once. It wakes you up if you haven't gotten the steps in or something, and you wake up in the middle like, I didn't get my steps in, I gotta go.
Yeah, so it actually will tell you, you can set it so that every hour it tells you to stand for 5 minutes or whatever, like at least, well, is it 30 seconds or 5 minutes? It's like, hey, time to stand, or you
And
can
I think
actually,
it's telling people to breathe. Too,
yes, you can also
sometimes,
set it to like,
somebody said.
do like some breathing exercises every few hours or whatever
Yeah.
for just to kind of relax you, whatever. So there's different, there's different features like that too to keep you moving and active. It's kind of cool.
My pastor is a big tech person, particularly Apple, and he loves his.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Very cool.
Questions?
I have a question about a totally different subject.
Oh, cool.
That's okay.
So I put in a call because I need help with a few things with Bard related. But I haven't heard back. But one of them I was wondering is I've noticed that I can play a lot of books, and then there's a few on my bookshelf that will say you're not authorized to play this.
Oh.
Hmm.
That's strange.
Yeah, so I didn't
Very
know. Yeah.
Have you tried deleting and re-downloading?
The certain books, no, because I could do that.
Yeah, I'd try that. Maybe I don't know. That's weird, but I would give that a shot.
Yeah,
and
it is
see.
kind of strange. So.
Has anyone else had that issue? I don't know. Never heard of that one.
I have a question, Mary.
Yes, John.
What's the purpose for having an iPhone, well, an iWatch? If you got the iPhone, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. So that's the thing you have to kind of decide for yourself. Is it something that's worth having? If you always have your phone with you, then I would say, maybe not. But sometimes you leave your phone in different places and you just want to like not have to worry about it. So some people like to have it for that. Also, it's a more immediate way of getting information. Some people don't like that. Some people say, you know what? I don't always want to be connected to my phone, so I don't want that. But it does notify you of things that you can kind of customize it so that you get notifications about only important things, very specific important things. So you could be like, okay, if I'm wearing my watch and I get a notification, I know it's actually important. It's not just a silly Facebook update, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or like I said, I like the time feature myself. That's my favorite. So I don't know, but there's a lot of different reasons why, but there's also a lot of reasons why it may not be right people too.
Right. All right.
Yeah, just food for thought.
I guess it's up to the individual.
Exactly, right.
Question. Another question.
Hmm.
Do you have one?
I do.
Do you like it?
I love my watch. I'm wearing it right now. It's great. It actually prevents me from looking at my phone because I'm like, well, nothing happened, so I don't need to look at it. Like nothing vibrated on my wrist, like, so there's nothing new that I have to check for. It's kind of nice. I don't have to like worry that I missed a phone
Here's the
call.
real question. Does
Yeah.
it come in rose gold?
You know, I don't know, Holly. I think it might actually. I think it
Oh,
might.
you guys kill me.
I think it might,
Fair.
but also there are a million different strap colors and strap styles, so you're gonna have to like really customize and choose what you want. Yeah.
Interesting.
But there is rose
I'm
gold,
looking
Molly.
at the website. It is in rose gold.
Yeah, there you
Oh
go.
Yeah.
my.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gloria,
The S, the S
you're an
is.
enabler.
I know.
Yeah, she
I'm
is.
still trying to find an excuse to get one. That's why I keep asking Mary Abby, why do I need one? I'm trying to justify the money.
I don't know. Get one just for that time
Nice.
feature. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you.
I do like the fitness. The fitness
I love the
stuff that it
fitness
comes
piece.
with.
It's great. And you can like
You know,
start
it's a
workouts, that kind
yeah.
of stuff. If you like go for an outdoor walk, like if you just want to take your dog for a walk, okay, turn on the workout and just like walk, and then turn it off when you're done, and they'll be like, oh, you just walked 2.5 miles and lost 300 calories. Like, okay, great. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, but can't you do the same thing with your iPhone?
You could. It's actually a little bit faster with your watch because it's meant specifically for that, though. And also, you could leave your phone at home if you wanted, and not have to carry it with you.
And I haven't. I think watches are pretty cool. But I think a thing people would like is like if you're going for a walk, then you don't need to like have your phone. It's easier to just like have something on your wrist. It's less bulky, and
And it
No matter-
actually, exactly, Miranda, and it's actually attached to your body, so it actually
Yeah.
does track it's a little bit more accurate because it does track your heart rate and see how high and low it goes. So it's like, okay, you just burned a bunch because your heart rate's like 180 at moving. So
I can see that. Yeah.
What if
yeah.
what if you're eating a bag of potato chips while you're walking?
I love
Arlene,
that, Arlene.
I
That
love
would
that.
be me.
There you go.
I love that. Thank you for that. That's
Well, don't
great.
tell your watch.
Arlene,
Yeah.
how do you know me so well?
Right. She just gave it all away.
He
How
really
do you-
did.
How do you know that I'd like to stop at the ice cream truck when it passes by on my walk? I mean,
Yeah, listen for the tinkle. Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, you run chasing after it. Oh,
I got my exercise.
You
Yeah, my
guys,
steps
you
running
guys
after the
might
ice cream
have,
truck.
you guys might have already mentioned this, but I believe the Apple Watch also has kind of like a life alert type feature.
Yes.
So like if you have, a medical issue where, you're concerned about falling or things like that, I believe it has that capability actually to basically be like a very fashionable life alert.
Correct. Yeah, it actually does work. It has fall detection, so if there's a hard impact and you don't move for a little bit, it starts to be like, hello, like tap the watch to tell me that you're good. And then if you don't do anything, it's like, okay, calling 911, and then it calls like your people or sends everyone on your emergency list a message, and it might call 911 for you depending on the circumstance.
Wow.
And also it does detect your heart rate level, like I said. So if it says like your heart rate's really low, then it might also trigger that too. And you
I
can also
got
do-
another question.
You can also do
Does it-
1 second, John. You can also do like what do you call those readings? The heart rate readings where you put your thumb. You can put your thumb on the. You can check for AFib, I guess. Is that-
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So there's an ECG app.
Yep. That's what it is.
That's
Sorry, I
on
couldn't think of it.
on the Series 6.
Mm-hmm.
They have
ECG is also
blood
on the 4.
oxygen. Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, it allows you to put your thumb on the crown, and it takes a pulse reading, and it says, okay, your heart rate's normal, or like, oh, there's a AFib or DFib. I don't know. Obviously, it's not a medical tool, so I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm dying. But I would, if there's a
Right,
consistent thing, you could show your doctor. Some people have actually shared stories about how they've taken their watch to their doctor and been like, look at the chart and look at like what it's doing. And the doctor was like, oh yeah, that's not good. And they've caught some problems like that.
Wow.
So
Does the Apple Watch have an NFC reader in it or no?
yeah, because you can, well, I think so, because you can do Apple Pay with it, which is also
Yeah, so
another-
it must.
yeah, it's another great feature.
Okay.
You can just use your watch. to
So
do
I
Apple
guess
Pay.
it would just depend on, does it have an app that, like, if you were using it for like way around, for example, like
good
rather than
point.
having to put your phone up to things, could you use it for that? I wonder.
Great question. I guess that's a way around question. I'd love to ask. That's a good point. I'd love to use that for way around.
Question was, does it check your blood glucose?
No.
Yeah.
No, because you have
No.
to get a blood sampling for that, right?
Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
doesn't do that.
yeah.
You would need like I think you would need like a different, I forget what it's called, but like a different machine little thing.
They,
That was
they
not a good
actually
description
do.
at all. But
That's okay. They do have the blood glucose stuff for the iPhones where you can attach like the blood sensoring device
I just
to the
don't
tip of
remember
your
what
phone.
it's called.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called either.
It's a very poor description.
I'll have to ask John.
John Pepper,
Questions?
you had one of those.
Say again, Joy?
I thought John had one of those because he showed us that at one of the meetings.
He could have.
John
Yeah,
Cavallo,
okay.
don't you have one?
The one that connects to the phone?
Yeah. Dexcom. Yeah.
Oh, Dexcom.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely know some people who have a glucose monitor like that is, physically attached to them, and it connects via Bluetooth to their iPhone or to their Amazon Echo, so they can actually say, Alexa, what are my levels or whatever. Or they can say, ask Siri what their levels are, and it will tell them.
And they
Cool.
also make separate ones that like you don't need your phone. Yep.
Cool. Good questions today. I love it. So who's gonna go out and get an Apple Watch tomorrow then, eh? No.
I think I'm gonna do like Susan and wait for Prime.
Good thinking. That's a really
Monday.
good, that's a really
Yep.
good idea.
Yeah. Does anybody know when it is yet? Do you know, Susan?
It's sometime next month. I don't know what the date is. Probably the A girl could tell us.
Yeah. I'll check it out.
Lady A would probably know.
Yeah.
My best friend Google might know. I might check. I might ask her about it. Google knows more about me than anyone else on this planet, I think.
That's crazy.
I just wanted to go over, I don't know if we talked about this. We might have. So let me know if we did and I'll stop. But did we talk about the tracking, the ability to turn off tracking in the new updates? I think we might have gone over it. But basically what Apple's doing. Oh, say again?
I didn't. If you did, I missed that.
Okay, so I'll go over it just quickly. So Apple with the new update to 14.5 has made it so that, so normally before 14.5, what if let's say you opened up Facebook, right? And you were on Facebook and then you left Facebook and you went to Amazon and you looked up cat litter, and then you went on Google and typed in how much is Bank of America's interest rate, I don't know, whatever. And then you went back to Facebook, and Facebook is like, hey, here's some great cat litter. And also, this is a great bank that you should try. And you're like, wait, how did it know that? So what was happening was Facebook had trackers in it that would follow you around your phone as you were using it and would know what you were doing. And then it would take that and use it for advertising purposes. And if anyone knows better than me, then please correct me, but that's my understanding of it. And it's not just Facebook. A lot of apps do this, and it's pretty surprising how many apps do this. So Apple has since made it so that in order for them to track you, they have to get your permission first. Which
I did hear about
Facebook
this.
was not
Yep.
happy with that because they're losing money, but that's okay. So, and after you update to 14.5, you might start getting, and as you update your apps, you might start getting notifications that say, oh, do you want to allow tracking or not for advertising purposes, and you can say ask not to track or allow tracking. And what that means is once you ask it not to track you, then it cannot follow you around and watch what you're doing on your phone. So I just wanted to let you guys know what that was about. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know.
If I really want everybody to know where I am all the time, so I would probably say no thanks.
Absolutely. Actually, you can also go into your privacy settings and just turn it off by default, so it won't even ask you. It just won't allow it to any app. So we lost John.
Uh-oh.
So, oh, no one knows Amazon Prime Day. I'm looking it up, and nobody has a date.
No, they haven't released the day yet. They're
Oh my.
still, they're still waiting. So. I'm surprised. They usually do it in July, but they said they're doing it in June this year.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Who knows? Yep.
Okay.
Huh.
So yeah, I just threw a lot of info at you guys. If you have questions, just let me know. Joy, that does not look comfortable. She's sleeping with her neck on the bar of the chair. It looks like it hurts.
Oh,
Hi. So,
All right. Did anybody do the update this morning?
not yet.
No,
No.
not yet.
Plan to do
Okey-dokey.
it today, actually.
it's a small one. I
Yeah.
think the only thing that they really fixed was that people were having trouble with Bluetooth devices disconnecting when you were in a phone call. They fixed that supposedly. So if you were having that problem, it should fix that.
They added podcast subscriptions, so there's going to be some subscribing to podcasts. They've updated the Apple Card and how that's going to work with the family. They also did some audio updates for hi-fi, and they also updated the AirTag, some of the AirTag stuff. The biggest update that I was tickled about, quite honestly, was the it's called voice control. So this is for somebody that doesn't
Join the
typically
meeting.
have access, physical access to their device, where they're controlling their device with their voice. So voice control, they've finally allowed voice control to unlock your phone, so that people that do use voice control, this will allow them to. This will increase their independence with their device. That's pretty much it. It was like Mary Abby said, it was pretty small.
I also,
but significant.
Yeah, it's significant. It's a pretty good one.
I didn't even
too.
know they had it till today, so.
Yeah, it came out yesterday, so you didn't miss it for too long. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I also just wanted to tell you, I mean, Gloria just mentioned Apple Card, and I just wanted to tell you, I don't think anyone, I am not financially giving you advice to get a credit card, but I'm just telling you, if you were curious about it, the Apple Card is the easiest credit card I've ever had to use. It's kind of too easy, to be honest with you. And it works right through the Wallet app, which is 100% accessible and makes it very simple to look at what's going on and make payments. So if anyone was curious about how that works, that it's really easy. Also, it's kind of cool because the physical card itself is A, metal, which is really interesting. I've never seen a metallic card before. And B, it doesn't have any identifying information on it. It doesn't have a card number. It doesn't have your name on it, I don't think either. It doesn't have much on it. So all of that information is in your wallet itself, and not on the card. So it's very interesting and different from other cards. That's what I found. So.
And you can use it just like a regular credit card?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a MasterCard. So if the place
nice.
doesn't take Master, then
Yeah.
you're in trouble. But yeah, it works just like a regular card. It has the swiping strip. It also has a chip, and I'm pretty sure it also probably has contactless pay, but I don't know.
Is there a fee?
No, there's no fee. You actually get cash back on any Apple purchase. You get cash back regardless, but I think it's from my understanding, if you are buying Apple products or subscriptions, then I think it's like 3% cash back. And then if you're buying an Apple product from like the Apple stores, you get no interest on it for 24 months, which is kind of cool. So just
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
Cool.
I tried that.
But technologically, it's very nice, nicely done.
I tried signing up for it, and apparently I owe too much on some other credit cards, so I got denied.
Yeah, they're pretty.
If you don't have any other balance on any other cards, then they'll probably accept you.
Yep. And they don't do a hard credit check until I think after the fact that you're accepted. So I think it's okay to at least try to sign up. But anyway, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just telling you it's a cool card and a cool app to work with. So just wanted to share. Oh geez, I feel like I work for Apple. I want to stop talking about. So Android is great. I love Android too.
Does anybody here use an Android phone?
I don't know. I think everyone here is
I think everybody's here Apple too.
Apple.
Yep.
Oh man,
Yep.
I'm a bad influence. Everyone's gonna come back next week, next month, and everyone's gonna come back next month and like, tell me, "Oh, you made me get an Apple with an Apple credit card."
Well, we're not traders.
No. But yeah. Also, so didn't no one else got a chance to try the screen sharing, huh? From last week. Did you guys go to that? I wasn't here for that one, but
Mary Abby missed it.
I did.
I wasn't there last week either.
I'm a baddie.
No, that's all right. I actually got a few phone calls from some people that attended that are just requesting some assistance. It's not an easy thing to do. It does require a little bit of research. You have to know a little bit about your television or the television that you're using. But it's a really cool thing.
Be cool to have a giant photo on the wall. Just
Thanks talking to everybody. I gotta go. Talk to you girls later.
all right. Have a good one, John. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I loved your question, Susan. Thank you.
I know it
That
kind of
was
made a
good-
really fun discussion. Thank you, Susan.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, got everyone excited.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
over here all looking up the watches and stuff.
I know. I learned a lot about what I need to
Yeah.
ask for my birthday.
That's nice.
I know your birthday, Molly. Don't tempt me.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Oh, geez. I'm gonna go to Molly and visit Molly one day. She's be like, "Look, I have this watch. Can you set it up for me?"
Yeah.
Also, voiceover is enabled out of the box if you do the triple click the crown.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, and I'm going to still make you set it up for me.
Nice. I love it. Good times.
It is. Good times.
Fun part for those who like to take photos. You can also take remote photos from it. So you can set up your phone somewhere and then hit the button on your watch to take the picture.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
Talk about good selfie.
That is really
Really?
cool. I feel like I would take even worse photos that way than I do with my regular phone.
Oh, I'm terrible at photos, so
Me too. It's okay.
Yeah, I usually just take a bunch and then ask my fiance to tell me if they are terrible or not.
Mhm.
I feel like we should have like a photo workshop, like in person, where we have like every person has like, or every two people get like a person who has a bit of vision, and they can be like, you can practice taking photos, and then that person can be like, okay, that's a little blurry. Like next time, if you move it this way, maybe you'll get it better. So you can get a feel of like what angles you're supposed to use and stuff like that. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah, the blind selfie workshop.
Blind selfie workshop.
Oh my gosh, yes.
that's a great
I
That's
know.
title.
amazing. I love
That'd
that.
be fun. That would
I
just be
need
fun
that.
though.
It
It
be
really
fun.
would.
Yeah.
It
We
really
need a
would.
few eyeballs. We need to borrow a few eyeballs, but we can make it happen.
I'm
Yeah,
sure we could get some volunteer eyeballs.
sure.
One good eyeball.
That's better than no good eyeball. I'll take it. you
That's
know?
right. Yeah,
It's all
take it wherever
good.
you can get it, right?
Nice.
Oh,
Yep.
geez. This is so good. I'm glad we're doing sessions like this because we get so much information and like just, it's a good time.
You know, that photo thing is actually, that's a really great idea. I mean, because you could even show people how to like use Ira to take photos, because that's
Oh,
something that people can, and which I realize, you know, obviously that's paid, it's not for everybody, but you know, if you did just need to take like a quick selfie, like you can do, what is it, 5 minutes free a day, like that
Yeah.
could be an
Yeah,
option,
they do have
or
that.
like,
That's not a
yeah,
bad idea. Maybe when we open up again, we can do something like that.
yeah.
That'd be
It'd
fun.
be fun.
Fun times.
And, like, we
Photo
can practice with-
party.
Yeah, we can practice with
That's right.
the-
Oh,
the
photo party. There you
document,
go.
like the OCR stuff. We can have documents out and people can try different stands or something. I don't know, like just making stuff up. Like, but be cool.
I'll be there.
Good thoughts,
Yeah.
Molly. Good
So we
thoughts.
can take pretty pictures.
Yes.
That's right. That's
And
right.
Joanne can,
Yep.
can make and can put different photos on her Zoom every month or something.
There you go.
Joanne's a pretty good photographer.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Sounds
Nice.
good.
I've seen some of her pictures.
It's kind of hard now because this right arm won't go up, so I can't. Hard to,
You do all right, Joanne.
thank you.
So just so everybody knows, next month we're on a Thursday, not a Tuesday. So it's Thursday the 17th. And it's going to be using and customizing the voiceover router.
Woohoo! Finally.
A lot of,
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Yay!
a lot of people asked for that. So
So that's not
we
till
put-
the 17th, you said, Gloria?
of June, yes. Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
And then
I'll
the
be there.
Thursday. All right, awesome.
Make
So
sure you
there
register
was-
so that we
yeah,
have you on
there was
list.
there was too many programs that were happening on a Tuesday, and many clients were torn, oh, I want to go to this one, I want to go to the mall, and so we kind of changed the days a little bit so that
Right.
to accommodate everybody. So the next one's the 17th, and then the discovery session is the week after, which is the 24th, same day, Thursday, 11. The time is still the same, 11 o'clock.
It'd be weird not having stuff on a Tuesday though. Ooh, it's gonna throw me off
Yeah.
a little bit for a while.
I know it's going to really throw me off too.
Oh, cool. Well, does anyone else have any topics or questions that they want to talk about? Or did we get them all today somehow?
Yep.
We got them all somehow.
I guess so. I guess so. The
crazy.
conversation about the watch, just everybody wants to go look it up now.
That's fun.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame you, but when I look at that $529 price tag, it
Oof.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Forgot to ask
Yeah.
that.
Ooh.
How much is the watch Series 6 SE?
The SE, hold on, I have it right here.
I got it. You see
You got it?
it.
Okay, go.
$279. It's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah, the prices on Amazon are definitely much lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me too much.
Hmm.
Maybe they'll be even better next month.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Keep in mind that it is a smaller screen, so some people have difficulties with the different gestures that you have to make. So, and you cannot customize these gestures. Like, so you know how with VoiceOver on your phone, you can change the gestures to different fingers and things. You can't do that with the watch. So, the router gestures that people have trouble with, since the screen is so small, just small things to keep in mind. But it's doable. It's 100% doable. So,
Yeah, they're awesome, but I think I'm just good with my phone.
yeah. Alrighty, are we good? Of course.
Thank you guys so much for
Yeah,
coming and sharing all of your expertise. And
It's always informative.
Yeah,
Thanks,
and
guys.
it's always fun. And
Oh,
if you have
thank
any
you.
questions, always call us or email us, whatever works. And we'll be here.
See you next time.
Okie
awesome.
dokie.
Thank you, you guys. Good to
Bye-bye.
see everybody. Have a great day.